Hi guys, I'm back! Here I am back in the vlogging game because I've really been missing it. It feels really weird sitting here by myself talking to a camera because, as you know, my last few videos starred the one and only Jess. I just don't know what to do without my faithful companion. Oh look, and now we have a guest appearance. Here's Jess. Say hello. So here we go. You guys sent me a bunch of questions. I'd like to ask for 3 tips you would give to someone who wants to start trying portrait photography. When I started photography, I just kind of had a bunch of ideas, and I didn't really know what direction to take and what my individual style was. Define what your style is, how you want to shoot, what lighting you like, just what type of editing that you like. Try to define that before you get started. Now, of course you want to experiment, but you want to know what direction you're headed before you start, or I think you'll end up wasting a lot of time. That's kind of what I did, instead of just diving right into what I knew I loved. Tip number 2 is probably embrace the mistakes, because you are going to have so many mistakes, and you'll take a picture that you love, and then a week later you're going to look back on it and you're going to loathe it. You just need to embrace the awkwardness of starting out and trying new things. My last tip would probably be just saturate yourself in practicing. It will pay off in the end. Are there any speaking habits, mannerisms, or anything you've picked up from England that your family or USA friends tease you about? Well, my mom did say that I did come home with an entirely new vocabulary. I use words like brilliant, cheeky. I can't say bananas anymore. I have to say bananas. For some reason, that word just stuck in my mind, as now I can't unhear the British pronunciation. Was Chatsworth House as impressive in real life as it is in the pictures? All the way. It's huge and it's so gold, it's gorgeous. How was Phantom and Les Mis? Well, I'm assuming you're talking about when I went to go see them in London, and they were mind-blowing. Seeing them in London on the West End was just fantastic. Which one was better? While Les Miserables in London was just amazing, there were a couple of the cast that I didn't really care for. Overall, I would probably say Phantom of the Opera was just a little bit better. The whole cast was superb. Our Phantom was incredible. He had an amazing voice. Are there times when you regret having cut your hair? Honestly, I would probably say no, because I like change and I get really bored with my hair really fast. And even if I did, I mean, it'll grow back eventually. What is one life lesson you learned in 2014 that you are willing to share? Oh my, just one. The Lord proved to me over and over and over again that He is totally and completely trustworthy, and even if we can't tell what He's doing, He orchestrates things in our lives that help us to learn what He needs us to learn so well. Sometimes we can look back and see how He's been working and what He's been doing, but sometimes we can't, and sometimes we just have to trust Him that He knows what He's doing and He knows what's best for us. What is your favorite item of clothing? I love jeans. Are you a cat person or a dog person? Dog person. Dream cast for Les Miserables. Is it totally vain and presumptuous to say that I would certainly love to play Eponine one day? A word of encouragement for gals waiting for their Prince Charming. Just so many girls these days think that their life won't really begin until they're married, or they aren't fulfilling their role as a Christian woman unless they're married. And don't get me wrong, marriage is beautiful and wonderful. I just want to tell you that the Lord has blessed us too much and too richly to just sit around and wait for something that we think is going to bring us happiness, when He has told us over and over in His Word that it is a relationship with Him that brings us happiness, and it is a relationship with Him that brings us fulfillment and contentment. Don't get so caught up in, waiting, and just be focused on serving the Lord and doing whatever He calls you to do, and the Lord will take care of the rest. If He wants you to be married, He will bring that man for you. Waiting for marriage and waiting for a husband, don't let that define you. Let your love for the Lord and the light of Jesus in your life be what defines you. Just get out there and do what you think the Lord is calling you to do, and He will take care of it. Favorite time of the day to drink coffee? Probably in the morning, because there's just something so warm and comforting about morning coffee. What would you recommend to someone who wanted to start wearing a little bit of makeup? Start small, and really, less is more. What makes you excited about being alive right now? And the fact that tomorrow anything could happen. Favorite item of jewelry? I have 2 rings. Of course I'm not wearing them right now, but I usually wear every day, and so those are probably my favorite. Tips for a girl dying to save up and see the UK. It's totally worth it. The favoriteest book on your bookshelf. This beautiful copy of Rebecca. It is beautiful. It's one of my favorite books ever. It was given to me by my England family, and they gave it to me the day before I left. So, what is one of your goals for 2015? Last year, I was in England for a lot of last year, and I did more like landscape and scenery and city photography, and I'd really like to get back into doing more portrait photography because I really miss it and I want to get a lot better at it. Also, I would love to travel to a place I've never been to before. When did you first find Les Mis? Well, Les Mis are always one of those classic books that you always hear about. I think my first introduction to it was because of my lovely friend Amy, who was a fan of the book and the musical concerts, and she was the one who really got me into it. So I've really only been a diehard Les Mis fan for about 2 years now. Seems a lot longer. What is your favorite period drama movie? That's easy. Amazing Grace. If you could visit one European country for a month, which one would it be? Iceland. Apart from the UK, of course, have you ever been overseas? Nope. Tell me about how you discovered photography. It was about 4 years ago, I think. I've just always loved creativity and the creative arts. I think I started meeting a lot of people who were into photography, and I just started noticing just how beautiful and creative photographs are. You can just capture someone's expression and their personality and everything through just a photograph, how you can tell stories through photographs, and I've always been a lover of good stories. When I graduated high school, I bought myself my first DSLR. I just started practicing and studying other photographers, and I've kind of been hooked ever since. What are some words that you love right now? I love the word cheeky. It's just such a fun word to say. I don't really use it a lot, but I love saying the word posh, and I have no idea. It's just, posh. Best coffee you've had? Pretty much any coffee that I had while I was in England, because wow, once you taste UK European coffee, there's no going back. There was a coffee shop in Edinburgh called Peter's Yard. It was super good. They had the best flat white ever. Best tea you've ever had. Also in England, as you would expect. When we were in Norwich, I had a Bakewell tea. It's like cherry, vanilla, and almond flavors all mixed together. I still have some. I brought some home with me. I'm trying to make it last as long as possible. Favorite smells? Coffee? What songs bring a smile to your face? Probably just about any Disney song, because I am, of course, a Disney girl at heart. My Lighthouse by Run Collective, Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, Haven't Met You Yet by Michael Bublé, Best Day of My Life by American authors, and what do you miss most about England? I miss the food. I do miss the accents and the way people talk over there, the words and phrases that they use. I miss the traveling in the cities. I miss the parks. Are you starting to question why you left England yet? Pretty much every day. Do you have a current favorite book that you'd make everyone read if you could? Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. Who are your top 3 fictional character crushes? What are the top 3 fictional characters that I really love? Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, Fagin Kai from The Last Sin Eater, Inspector Javert from Les Miserables. Austen or Bronte? I love both of them, but I've read more Jane Austen than I have Bronte, and I like all of Jane Austen's books, and I don't like all of the Brontes that I've read, so I'd probably have to go with Jane Austen. You are able to get Toothless the Dragon as your pet. Ooh. But first you would have to steal him off of Hiccup and also see the look of utter grief and sadness on his face. Would you do it? I would never, ever, ever take Toothless away from Hiccup. That would be terrible. So if I was gonna steal Toothless, I would just have to steal Hiccup too, and I'd be totally okay with that. Well guys, that is all the questions I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed it or learned something or it made you laugh or whatever. Jess also says, goodbye fair people and think of me fondly. Thank you so much for watching, guys. So anyway, yeah, on to the vlog, starring me by myself. I'm really awkward on camera. I think someone's trying to break in. I'm so awkward. Okay. You are mine, James, you are mine. Oh, I don't know. Gosh. I don't know. My bookshop. Blah, 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 giving to me. Blah, blah, blah. Words are just not happening. What are words?